Welcome back to All the Crackers in the Box. Hello, how is everybody doing? Getting excited for Christmas yet? I got about 11 days left. Not panicking. Doing fine, actually. I'm actually surprised that I'm doing as well as I am, getting everything done, because I hate to admit a couple new projects have come across my lap that I'm probably going to try to fit in. So, yeah, I just really like to punish myself. I'm so glad you're here today. Okay, today we are talking super secret. This is for my middle daughter. My middle daughter's present is a big giant surprise. Big surprise. Tiny told her sister that she's kidding. And I came up with a big white lie, fib, whatever you want to call it. I said that we looked at the pattern. The pattern was too expensive for me right now, and I couldn't do it, so it wasn't going to happen. But I did look to see if it could happen. So far, it's about 45 minutes worth of work. Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon. Anime character. She's a superhero. By day, she's an awkward student. By night, she's a fantastically gorgeous superhero. Yeah, she's gorgeous. But she has these long blonde pigtails, and she transforms with magical powers and hangs out with a cute talking cat. So, that's what we're making. I may pull up my little fancy dancy. See, I think I got a picture. Should be a little more prepared for this. Okay. And one more. And that would be my character. This is who we are. This is what we're doing. Making amigurumis. So this seems to be my Christmas thing this year. I don't think I'm going to be doing anything for clothing per se, because I'm still very new on the clothing end of things. My few sweaters that I've made have turned out well. However, I was on Pinterest, and let's see, do I have it over here? I made this shawl cardigan for my daughter, and I made it with Mandela Baby Dream World. One of my first projects that I really got into, one of my first clothing projects, and they have a cute pullover sweater that I absolutely need to make, so that's on my to-do list. Okay, so this is where I'm at here, so I'm just gonna readjust our angle and see if you can hang out, and we will work on this and chat and see what's new. Okay, I think this is a little bit easier. I don't have to have my arms so up high. But anyway, because that is kind of a pain to do that for any amount of time. So, this is my blue I'm using. Amazingly, this vintage blue has really come in handy. So, we are going to gotta do a row. Oh, fascinating. I've got people talking to me in here. Alright. Anyways, have you heard about the newest yarn out there? I've watched a couple of videos. Not too many people are on top of it, but a few people are going to be coming out with stuff about it. Red Heart has come out with a granny square yarn. Fascinating idea. Really interesting. I'm really quite interested in it. I don't want it for myself, There are a few downsides that I don't really like, that I would not be happy about. Just one moment here. Okay, so it apparently makes about 14, and I believe it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. 5 rows. And it switches the color for you, so you don't have to tuck your ends in at any time. You'd have to have a very specific tension. You cannot be loosey-goosey with your tension at all. There is just no in between. It is all or nothing. The one girl that I saw working it up, not just chatting about it, I cannot remember her page. If I can remember it, it was a random one that I don't normally follow. My first time seeing a video by her. I should have subscribed, especially if I'm going to talk about her awesome video. But I'm pretty sure she's one of the main ones. Somebody else mentioned her in another video or comment on Facebook. I can't remember which. Just one second here. I'm thinking. I want to say it's some sort of makes, not Manifest. A different person's makes. Maybe. My memory is so bad sometimes. Anyways, she had to backtrack on the last row because she ran out of the white, which was her last color. And that, I don't know. I mean, I can understand why this would be a product and why it would be an interesting idea. Like, it totally is interesting. I believe it looked like it was a Super Saver. So there's nothing wrong with that. It's pretty tense. It's gonna bother me now. Anyways, it looked like it worked up like any Super Saver, which is not a bad thing. Not a great thing either, depending on who you talk to. And it just... My problem, my biggest hang up is being stuck. Because, like, for example, at the one she showed, it was a super dark purple in the center. Every single one of them had to have that dark center because that's how much they had allotted for it for each of the 14. So you're stuck with them all looking exactly the same. There's no variation. Yes, you can buy different balls with different color combos, but the combos have to be the same. And I mean, that makes sense because it is pre-made, and that kind of takes some of the fun out of it for me. For me, that wouldn't be fun, but I can see for a lot of people who struggle with color matching and things like that, this would be a really nice way to make that blanket, or do a nice pullover, or, you know, all the things. Okay, now I remember. I believe you go in through that way, and you pull, and you go through here, and I believe this feels right. Okay, I always struggle with this type of remembering exactly how to do this. You have to go backwards, and you gotta go forwards, and you gotta go around before you even start your stitch. I'll get into it one day when we're at a better view. You won't be able to see it at this time, so don't worry about it. So this is just a straight through, which is great because then we can just chat. No counting. Don't mess up my counts. Anyway, so yeah, I'm kind of intrigued, but at the same time, it's not something that would be useful to me, but to a few other people, I'm sure, especially people who are fairly new or just want to work up a quick project. I can see that being a really fun alternative. I mean, I would try it, but I don't think I'd actively keep it in my stash per se. I'm kind of digging just these these ones here, the price is great. So far, they have made the most excellent amigurumis. I am very happy with the quality of what I'm coming up with. The stitching is nice. So far, I haven't had any issues with manufacturing, like mistakes or ripping in the middle or knots all over the place. Like, I'm not a big, like, knots don't bother me that much. I get it. I do. They're manufactured. There's going to be a knot here and there. And I'm just glad when I don't get a lot. I love the Dahlia from Hobbii, and those things are full of knots. My Sheeples Whirl, that one's full of knots too, to give you the option to, maybe you don't want your colors to go into that particular shade yet. You get a little more option, so you can just undo the knot, which isn't even a tight knot, and readjust to your own needs, which I thought was really neat. Okay, so doing pretty good on my Christmas list. This is going pretty good. I thought I was going to be struggling, and it looks like I should be able to get a little more done than I thought. I seem to be in the zone the last few days. Hopefully I don't lose that. You know, when you've, crocheted out. I don't seem to find that as much as I used to. I'm getting a little bit better at understanding my patterns and what to anticipate. And I'm really liking these loops and threads. They're really nice. This white I was going to talk about is the Walmart Mainstay that I said I wanted to check out, and I like it. I like it a lot. It's not as soft as loops and threads. It's not as thick. But I'm telling you, my stitching looks great. Like, it is tight without me having to be aggressively pushing it or pulling it or dragging it like I do with certain yarns. Certain yarns you really have to get super aggressive. You think the end result is gorgeous, but you really end up having a lot of strain trying to work with it. So that's no good. And that's something I really personally do not want to have to worry about, because I don't want to have fatigued hands. I got a million things I'm making. Just not a good idea. Okay, and I believe, let me double count. Now I have to count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Okay, I'm right on the money. Gorgeous. So then I go through this way. You go through the front, pull your loop to the front. There are many tutorials on how to do this. One of the main ones has a picture of like an egg shape and how to do it way better than I can explain it. I'm hoping I'm doing this right. Pretty sure I am though. And we got to go back to white. Now, I didn't look ahead to see if that's going to be an issue later on. It shouldn't be. Okay. So I'm just going to put in a single crochet. Oh, you didn't want to go in, do you? Okay, well, that's fine. Let's work together to get the job done. So yeah, I'm quite happy with these bargain yarns that I've been getting, because I wanted to try them out to see, I mean, if I'm getting 300 yards for about $4 or just under, and that's sale price, and that's from both kinds here. And I'm getting really decent amigurumis. I'm not going to complain. I'd wear them. They're not. The loosen threads especially is quite soft, so I'd wear that. Why not? Alright. Oh, we're only going through back loops. That's neat. Row 14. Only through back loops, 4 single crochets decrease. Alright, so I'll back up. Not a problem. Gotcha. I can do this. Alright, so we're doing back loops only. And we're doing sets of 4. So we're going to pull you up a little. And that's obviously because when we start the skirt, when you flip her over, you're going to need to use the front loop only. So that makes sense. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, normally when I do my invisible decreases, I go front loop only. So because it's back loop only on this row, we are going to go through the back loops. We're going to keep it nice and consistent. And I'm just going to make this work, even though I've never done this before. Totally new to me. Okay, looking all right. Here, I'm going to turn this way. I'm trying to pull it from underneath, and that's just not working for me. So I think I'm going to have to invest in a new 3.5. Or figure out a way to put on a new. And I do like the actual hook, but this is pulling off. It's digging into my hand in the end because it's popping right out. And it's sliding, non-stop sliding, which is slowing me right down. I don't even have to really do anything for it to just slide down. So there's that bit of fun. Here we go. Not bad, not bad. So that's 1. I'm going to say that's going to go together really nice. Can't even tell where the decreases are. This is where my color change happened, and I'm not crazy about how that worked out. It's not supposed to look like that. Ah, there we go. I see the problem here. I can see what happened. The white should be a little more tucked back, I think. We'll see once I get back around. I don't think it's really going to matter because I think it's covered. Okay. Lost count. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. I wish I could remember exactly how I do it. I've done a color change a couple times, and it's turned out really well, and then other times I can't seem to get it to work. Two. Three. And it doesn't quite work with the other one I was doing recently. It is still quite a bit noticeable when you do your color change, and I don't like the staggering row. It really really bothers me. 1, 2, 3, 4. And another back loop. Decrease. Alright, you got this. Come on. Come around. You know you want to. Nice, gentle, like don't pull the loop too far. Very good. And there goes my whole thing. Slide it back on. And that's how my projects are working for me right now. I'm thinking about maybe polymer clay. Bake something on, nice and thick. 2. 3. I've seen some really cool ones that people have made, and you bake them in the oven, and I'm quite intrigued. And you can make them quite large or small, so I'd probably make it a little bigger because the Amis can be a little bit tricky here and there. But I love them. Because when they're done, they're super cute. 2. Or not. Oh, I didn't want to go through. 3. And 4. And that would be these guys right here. Come on. Oh my goodness. I will tell you, this back loop lonely stop is whew, tough work, especially with a decrease in there. Do something new every day, I swear. Yeah. Well, I'm not very satisfied with this, so there's a good chance I'm probably going to end up frogging it and redoing it. Anyway, thanks for joining me here at All the Crackers in the Box. I'll see you again very soon. Bye. Hi. So, epilogue. And this needs to be said. I hated it. Hated the way that color change went. So, 3 attempts later, and I am super okay with that. That looks great. Everything's in the back loop. You can kind of almost see a hiccup there. You know what? It is so minor compared to the massive zigzag that normally is there. I won't complain. There's no line up in here in the next few rows. And we're about 4 away from finishing this section, this character. So, happy? I'm happy. So glad you're here with me today. See you soon.